Hello and welcome back to my favorite server. Today we're back at the fort, as you can see, and I did make a few changes to the entrance hall, and I believe it is now complete. Big things, just added some cracked and mossy stone and a little bit of vines. My idea behind this is to bring in some of the old overgrownness to the inside, but not to as severe of a degree. My logic is there are people still living here who at least take moderate care of the interior. Plus, inside the building, there's not as much nature and stuff happening, so it won't get as overgrown as it would outside. Plus, they let the outside get so overgrown because it helps disguise this whole community, because anyone who happens to walk past will just think it's abandoned. And I added an etho door. Yep, etho's 3x3 door. I was playing around with some other designs, spiraling and stuff, but Etho's door is very simple and effective, so I just stuck with it and took his design straight off. Today we'll be working on this side, over here. So my thoughts for the interior is lots of winding corridors. I want it to be kind of maze-like. Once this entire thing is done, I want just lots of corridors winding through here, and if you've never been here before, it would be really easy to get lost in here, and lots of farms. And the first farm I wanted to make is some animal farms, because we need food. And I'm putting them all the way against the far wall, just so we don't hear the noises. Oh, and to make those winding corridors, what I'm thinking, at first I was thinking about laying out a massive floor plan, but that would incorporate having already knowing what all the redstone will be like in every farm that I want in here, which I don't have that much planned out, so instead we'll just sort of add corridors as they appear naturally, which I think will add to sort of the chaotic nature of the inside, which is what I'm going for. So this is the first farm area, so what I'm thinking is there'll be a 5 wide, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, didn't lay that out, 5 wide passage here. I want most of the passages in here to be 5 wide. That just seems like a good size. Allows me to do stuff like throw logs in without it becoming too narrow. I coughed there. That's why it went silent for a moment. Sorry about that. But the idea is we'll have this passage go in, and the other thing is I want a lot of these farms, not all of them, but I want some of them at least to be hidden. And these are going to be some of those. So what I'm thinking is like pull a lever or stand on the pressure plate, and then it reveals the farm and lets you interact with it. And what I'm planning to do here is bunnies, chickens, and cows. I don't know exactly the design of the farm yet, and it's not going to be your standard one because I want to build the wall. This is a little bit different way of doing it. I'm going to build the wall, make it all look pretty, and figure out exactly what I want it to do, and then I'll build the redstone based on it. I'm giving myself a 3x4 area for chickens, and then 7x4 for both cows and bunnies. If I do run out, I do have one more block to work with, in case I need 5 deep or something like that. The order of plan, I'm going to start working on this wall, just basically get the facade of this wall done, figuring out how I want to interact, and then I'll come back, show you that, then I'll play around with the redstone and make that fit in with my vision. I've completed making the skin for this hallway here. Well, not this part, this side of the hallway. It just took the themes from the entrance hall and repeated them with slight differences. The main thing, as you notice, walking down here, nothing at all is out of place besides these levers. And these levers will allow me to see into the farms. So my thoughts here will be open that, and I'll sort of walk into here and be able to feed the cows or bunnies, close it up, and then over here will be the killing area and the chest for the drops. And then it's mirrored on this side, same exact idea. And then for the chicken farm, I have this. My thought is at the moment is I can see the chickens up here, and I'll get the drops right here. In a chest right down here. Close it up, and once again, completely hidden. Now, one issue I realized walking back here, just wiring up these piston doors is not the cleanest, but it takes up a lot of space. So maybe this wasn't enough space to make the farms. We'll get it working though. I'll definitely get this figured out. What I'll do is I'll go off camera, try to set up all 3 of these farms, get all the redstone in place. This skin might change a little bit based on how the farm goes and how everything works out. And I'll cut back to you once it's done. After a bunch of finicking around, I believe we've got this working. So let's start with the chicken farm. That's a little bit simpler of the farm. I changed out levers for pressure plates. So I'll stand on the pressure plate. It allows me to both see the chickens up there, sort of, kind of. Yeah, I can sort of see the chickens up there. And this is the chest where all the drops will come in. They haven't grown up yet, so the farms aren't working quite yet. Now, for the cow farm, we have 2 pressure plates. We have over here, and you come up here, this chest will have wheat. Okay, we've got a problem. Well, okay, so what the problem is, when I step on the pressure plate, it should open this door, which it did, but it should also dispense water from this dispenser right there. I'll need to double check, troubleshoot that. It was working like 5 minutes ago. That's a little bit weird. But yeah, the idea is when I step on the pressure plate, it opens this door and turns on that water. And when I step on it again, it closes the door and turns off the water. Then this one is the killing chamber. So I stand here. Once again, this is where the drops come. The cows will drop down here. And either I can use my looting sword and kill them manually, or I can press this button and kill them with lava. And the typical trick, baby cows are 1 block tall, adult cows are over 1 block, so lava kills them, doesn't kill the babies. And the iron bars are nice because I can hit through, but cows and I can't walk through it. That's that. I'll come back here and show you all this redstone. Well, let's just start. This pressure plate right there goes up to this, makes a little ladder up, and goes to those 2 pistons. Oh, how I did the pressure plates? It should be right down there. Yep. Not the easiest to see, but it's a monostable circuit, so it's a sticky piston with this going to a 1-tick repeater. So when this redstone powers, it sends out a 1-tick really quick pulse, which means, let's see if we can see it. This piston will extend super fast, leaving the blocks behind. It's actually the same idea as what's in the etho door that I made just over there. And yep, that's all that pressure plate does. This other one does both that and, yep, it sends a tick into this, going into the hop, or the dropper dispenser. So it should dispense water out. And, that's what happened. I destroyed this redstone piece when moving all the cows up and forgot to replace it. Everything's working now. Yay! That's good. And it goes up to the pistons. Same idea. Now over here, cows are here. We'll breed them, and currently I have these dirt blocks just so the babies don't fall out, because I want to breed up about 30 cows just so we have a decent number. But once I get to 30, I'll take that out and replace it with a sign. Once again, adult cows can't go through this 1 block gap, but babies can't, so they'll pop out here, fall down into this water stream. Oh, hadn't replaced this glass, that will be important. Into this water stream, and then goes up this. Little thing I found here is this water needs to touch here, and I use a ladder here, so occasionally the babies won't go up this water stream, but if at least 3 of them are in here, the most that can ever get stuck down here is 2, because if there's 3, the last one pushes the first one into this ladder, and it goes up and up there. Well, if there was a sign, I could get a basically indefinite traffic jam here, which would be bad. So that's why I used the ladder there. Another important thing, these are all source blocks. If I just stuck 1 block of water up there and it all flowed down, it would keep the cows from being able to swim up because they're getting pushed down. So even though it looks identical, all of these are source blocks, which allows the cows to just swim straight on up. Then they pop up here and fall into where we were talking about, that little killing chamber. Now you can either kill with the sword or the button. The button down there goes straight into the sticky piston, and this is a slightly modified common double pulse. Basically, this redstone block goes out and back, cutting off and reactivating the signal really quickly, allowing this dispenser to fire twice relatively quickly, using just one button press. That's what that thing is. So that's everything there is to the cow farm. It took quite a while to get all of this interwoven, like getting this whole water stream interwoven with all this other redstone. That's part of why I went over to the pressure plate, because with a lever, I couldn't get it all interwoven. Plus, I feel like the pressure plate just is nicer. Now over to the chicken farm. Really simple design. I put the chickens up here. I put them back this far just because this is the best place to see them through that little viewing chamber. Just because I wanted that. This chest is simply for breeding up also around 30 chickens. They lay eggs, go down all these hoppers, into this dispenser with the dispenser clock, shoot out the eggs into here. Baby chickens are half a block tall, adult chickens are a full block tall, or roughly. So babies are alive, adults then grow up into this lava, get burned up, goes through these hoppers into the chest. And this one's just a super simple. I have pressure plate to a piston, or to a redstone torch, running into this block which powers both these pistons, allowing them both to extend and retract, so I can see everything. And I haven't, well, yeah, as you can see, the animals aren't all bred up yet, so I haven't been able to fully test this, but I believe it should all work. Now, since I haven't fully tested, I haven't built this farm yet, because I don't want to find out the cow farm doesn't work, and then have to fix both of them. I'd rather find out this doesn't work and then just build that correctly when it needs done. And this is going to be the rabbit farm. It's pretty much identical to the cow farm. The only difference is they'll stand on, I think, a fence, because rabbits are tiny and can fall through the fence rather than having to get spit out the sides. But that's it. Oh, also, as usual when transporting animals, these cows, I had some derpiness happen, and I'll show you some footage of my cow transportation, because who doesn't love animal derpiness and player derpiness that comes off of that? A little bit embarrassing. I'll just say I barely made it with both cows here. No! I don't know how this happened. I'm actually really frustrated right now. Okay, so I just finished recording that clip with you, explaining all of this, all of the workings back here, and I breeded up, or was coming back here to breed up some cows. One little quick change I made, I noticed the baby cow got stuck on the like little lip there that was caused by the chest, so I changed this out and moved the chest up. But while I was doing that, I realized I only have one cow. Somehow my other cow died, and that's very bad because my nearest cow is 600 blocks away in the Nether at spawn. That's the nearest cow I know of. And we're back! Now that minor occurrence is in the past, I actually just watched the footage of it, and it's kind of funny looking back at how I lost the cows. Obviously I got the cow and it's all fixed up. Not sure if you can tell in the fast-forwarded view, but what happened was I broke the block under where I placed the cows. I got 5 cows in there, broke the block, and then the 5 cows spilled out everywhere, and I lost all except for one of them, which was frustrating at the moment. Looking back at the footage, it's just fun derpiness, and it was no more than a little annoyance. So that's all in our past. Woo! Got a little bit more work done. As you can hear, I've bred them up. We're actually getting a little bit from the chicken farm. The cow farm hasn't... I've almost got them, though. This is how many cows I want. And next step is replacing the dirt with signs, and, well, the cow farm should be fully functioning. I'll let you know once it truly is. I added this wall. I like to have access areas, and I'm liking these hidden doors. This is just the access area to the back. It's very overly complicated for what it does. It's basically just 2 pistons moving the block there and block there. And to get all of that working from our 2 inputs took going here to a monostable. Where is that? That's somewhere. Monostable circuit over there. It has to wind up all the way around here just to avoid all those lanterns and go straight down there. The other issue was when I put the pressure plate here, it bud powered this piston, which meant that wouldn't work. So I would have to put the pressure plate here, but that got in the middle of the hallway, so that's why I changed this to a button. Yes, all of that wiring and fuss was just to make a little door to get back here. But I'm really liking playing around with the piston doors right now, and I want to keep doing that, keep doing all those hidden doors. Little wall design, another thing. I'm probably just going to incorporate these banners wherever I'm having troubles, because I was like, this is a weird flat place. I don't know what to do with it. Banners. Now it looks good. Little wall design here. Little wall right here. And wall here, and the hallway's done. Put in the floor. And did you notice? Hopefully not. Even if you did notice that pressure plate, it's pretty subtle. We're doing that. Oops. Occasionally it doesn't work. I'll show you why in a second. And yep, so it's a flush 1x2 door. And right back here, obviously haven't made it yet, but it's going to be our little storage room. I'm going to do a mini storage room just for the feathers, leather, all of those mob drops. We'll be making a bigger storage room somewhere else. I'm not sure where yet. And I'll just walk you through this door right here. Alright, so there's 2 pistons here. The order is these 2 pistons pull back those blocks that are flush. Then these 4 pistons pull back these 2 pistons and those 2 blocks. Okay, that's how it opens. When it closes, these 4 pistons have to push, and then those 2 pistons push out. I didn't invent this design, I just moderately modified it to my own needs. One thing, the design I found actually had blocks going further out, so this was more compact than what I've seen before. And this is where your input is, these 2 pieces of redstone. That's what powers these pistons to go, to extend. This is a 2-tick repeater, that's the fastest you can make it. 1 tick, this doesn't work. You can make it 4 ticks if you wanted, it just makes the door slower. And then these 4 pieces of redstone power these 4 pistons. So when opening, it does that. It's kind of hard to see, but trust me, the order's correct. And I wanted to make it a T flip-flop, so basically I just had these buttons going into another monostable. Little trick for a T flip-flop, if you're unaware. A single tick on a piston, just like the doors up there. if you haven't been able to tell, this is a really good place to watch it. Okay, can't jump. Watch this block of redstone, because it's a single tick on the piston. It leaves the redstone behind, and then next time it pulls it in. So that's how the state switches. So I just put one input, and it goes on, one input, and it goes off. That's all there is to it. This redstone runs up here into that. And that's this piston door. And that will actually be all there is for this episode. Got quite a bit of progress. I'm actually really happy. This little corner of our fort is looking really nice now. Oh, also, if you couldn't tell, I had some finds, the mossy stone brick and the crackstone. But that's all. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.